I don't think a career in law is for people from a particular socio-economic background. I went to school in North London Comprehensive. I didn't go to a private sixth form college. I went to the University of Leeds, so not anywhere like Oxbridge, Durham, Warwick, Bristol, that sort of place. And I'm still here working alongside people who have. It's literally, there is a mix, and just because you've been to a certain school or not gone to a certain university doesn't mean that this isn't necessarily the right place for you. As of quite a few careers that I potentially looked at, this is definitely one where you feel that you're getting in on the merit, on the strength of your grades.
When somebody's a trainee, they get an opportunity to experience a broad range of the law before they specialise. And I think that's very important, because when you come into the law, you don't know what area you want to move into, you don't know where your skills are best applied. So having that opportunity during a training contract to get that broad experience and decide what suits you best is fantastic. One of the main ways that people learn, and one of the most important ways that people learn, is from others and by doing. And that's why it's important that supervisors give people stretching work, they supervise them, they monitor them properly, they performance management review them as well.
I didn't always know that I wanted to be a solicitor. I actually did a degree in politics and Spanish, and later on converted to law, having experienced some parts of administrative law on my course. It seemed like a good career choice with a fairly secure job.
A career as a solicitor is one that will give you lots of opportunities. It will offer you an intellectually challenging work on a day-by-day basis. It will allow you to work with high-profile clients, and there are continuous support and training along the way, training and development, and a high salary.
It's vital to not close off any options and have all doors open, because at a commercial law firm you're going to be involved in a lot of different disciplines. You're going to be involved in more than one department, whether you like it or not. When a client needs something done, it's going to involve a business element. So the business element is going to include trademarks, finance, corporate work, and perhaps litigation. So I feel if you're pushed down a certain line, or if you've got your mind just set on one thing, that's probably not going to be the best way it'll work out for you, because it's best to be flexible and not try and be moving down one certain path.
So, what kinds of people gravitate towards a career in law?
The work that I do is I represent doctors and dentists who are often the subject of negligence claims, or they're before their regulatory body, the General Medical Council. So it's very high profile work, and our firm has a national reputation, is one of the leaders in that market, and we have had long established clients for over 100 years. It's a very interesting area of work. I think people have a perception that a career in law is dull, and one of the reasons I like this particular area that I specialise in, it's a fascinating area, but it involves real people, real lives, and we're looking at situations where a doctor may have lost his job or a patient's died in the course of an operation, so it's a fascinating area. And as a firm, because we've got the expertise, we have the legal experience and we know the areas of law, but we've also developed, because of the good training structure that we've got, the ability to be compassionate, supportive, and provide practical advice.
We had an induction week for our first week in Lewis Silkin, and I think that was really great, because it wasn't just the standard training that you'd get anywhere, such as, you know, IT training, but we had a lot of the heads of department and people from around the firm come and talk to us, and the other trainees, the second year trainees. We also had people from facilities and marketing come and talk to us about their role in the firm, which really made you feel like you were fully integrated into the firm and knew everything, how it was operating.
One of the things I think that's very important is about why people choose the law and why they join us. And increasingly we're seeing a lot of people coming into the law and coming into our firm who haven't read a law degree. And I think that's very healthy. because those people have probably made more of a conscious decision about moving into the law than a lot of people who do study law. And I think if you do study law, you've got to then think seriously about, why do I want to come into the legal profession? Because when you go for an interview, somebody's going to ask you that, and it may well be that somebody who's been reading history at university has got a better answer than you have. The fact you read law isn't the perfect answer.
I want to be a lawyer because I'm very interested in studying the law, finding solutions to problems. Every day it's a different type of problem that you're going to be faced with, and you have to figure out a solution every day. I'm very much interested in working with people on a day-to-day basis. I'm very much a people person. I like to communicate with people every day, and that's what the law encompasses.
I decided to be a lawyer because I wanted to have a job where I use my intellectual skills on a daily basis, and where there is a lot of contact with the clients, and where you're also working in an environment with people who are doing a similar thing.
It's been hard work. I've had a lot more responsibility than I expected to have. You always hear about trainees photocopying and making the coffee, and I haven't done either so far. I've been drafting documents and in client meetings, and really had great exposure to clients. So it's been daunting and hard work, but I've learned so much and really enjoyed it.
So far as young lawyers coming into the firm are concerned, I think we offer quite a number of things. The first point is that as a trainee arriving, you don't have any worries about being left in a room on your own or becoming a glorified photocopier. You'll end up sitting with a partner from day one and involved in real work from the outset. The second point is that we do have a great breadth of different types of work here, and those different types of work require not only different legal skills but also different interpersonal skills. For example, if you're advising somebody who's just lost their job, that's very different from advising somebody who's negotiating a commercial contract, and different again from advising a charity which is looking to change its constitution. And all those different areas of work that we can provide here give you a great experience for the future and for deciding where you might want to go when you qualify. I think another point is that we do look to have our trainees as people here for the long term. It's interesting that over 35% of our partners actually trained here, and I think that's quite a good indication of how we see our trainees and young lawyers. I think relationships are very important with clients, and we encourage that at all levels, not just at partner and senior level. So as a young lawyer, you'll be taking part in working with clients, building relationships and getting to know people. So for example, in my own department, employment, we do provide a lot of training to clients because it's a very fast-moving area of the law. And we have solicitors less than a year qualified who are already quite experienced at going into clients and providing that training. And that's a valuable skill that they've learnt and something which the clients really appreciate.
The advice that I'd give to a law graduate or someone doing their applications at this point would be to stay at it, be patient. It can be quite a long and hard road, but in the end you will find the training contract that's right for you, and the firm that's right for you too.
Attending things like open days in particular, you get a feel for the sorts of people that there are, because you'll meet trainees from the particular firm, you'll meet associates, you'll meet partners, and you'll also meet the other sorts of people that are interested in them. And given that you're here for what can be really quite long hours, you really want to be working with people who you understand, you have a feel for, or just who you get along with.
I would advise someone coming from a different sector to study very carefully the firms that they choose to apply to. You are different, and you have to be aware that you're different, and you won't be everybody's cup of tea. But some people will love you, so look at the firms, look at the websites that are available to research the firms, and find out which ones are open to people with varied and differing backgrounds.
For people who are seeking a career in law, I'd advise them to make sure that they pick their firm very carefully, to make sure that they're not just accepting the first training contract that comes along, that they've really thought about what they want from their career and what's suitable for them.
The best advice I can give to someone who's about to embark a career on law would be to actually go out there and see all the law firms for yourself. It's best to go to open days and try and get into as many vacation schemes as you possibly can.